What's going on, everybody? My name is Michael Weir, and today we are ranking all 9 live-action Batman films. That's right, any Batman film that's solely based on Batman is filmed in this list. So Lego Batman is out because it's not live-action, and like Justice League, as much as I love Zack Snyder's cut of it, is not in this because it's not solely based on Batman. So the point is, these are Batman related movies. I'm excited to do this list, and it's the week that the Batman is dropping in theaters, so we get to talk about this today. Tomorrow I get to actually go see the Batman in IMAX, watch for my review, and then I'll probably do a spoiler review later on in the week after I've seen it a second time, because I gotta see it twice. It's the Batman. But before I get to that, let's rank all of the Batman movies starting now. Coming in at number 9, guys, this should be no surprise because I'm going worst to best. You can probably guess what my favorite is, you can probably guess what my worst is, and I should surprise you along the way. But at number 9 should be no surprise because it's Batman and Robin. Batman and Robin is a horrible movie with George Clooney as Batman wearing a bat suit that has bat nipples. It also has Arnold as Mr. Freeze and it has Uma Thurman as Poison Ivy. Like, this is just a horrible movie. It actually killed the Batman franchise for several years until Christopher Nolan re-envisioned the Batman and just made it wonderful again. So Batman and Robin, number 9. Coming at number 8, guys, Batman 1966. Now, Batman 1966 is the original Adam West Batman. This is based off of the TV series. The reason I have it so low on this list is because now as an adult, I just don't get as much fun out of it as I did when I was a kid. Now, when I was a kid, I actually really liked this movie. Anytime it came on TV, my mom let me watch it. I really enjoyed Batman 1966. However, looking at it now, again, my kids might like it, and it's something I should probably show them soon. But I'm just past the point of really enjoying that movie. So Batman is number 8. At number 7, guys, it's going to be controversial, the first controversial one, and that is Batman Returns. That's right, Michael Keaton came back for a second time. But I don't know, for me, it's not top tier Batman. I feel like Michael Keaton phoned it in. I also feel like putting the villain as the Penguin isn't a bad idea, but they just went grotesque with it. And it was like somebody told Tim Burton, listen, man, we appreciate what you did with Batman, so do whatever the hell you want. And he just went full Tim Burton on it. Batman Returns is number 7 on my list because, I don't know, it's too out there for Batman. Batman needs to be more contained. Maybe because of this, we ended up getting more contained Batman films later. But yeah, this wasn't it for me. Number 6, guys, another controversy because I'm putting this over Batman Returns, and that is Batman Forever. I really love this movie. I love Val Kilmer as Batman. I think that his outing as Batman was really cool. And it was sad to see the Val Kilmer documentary where he said that he didn't really get to do as much as he wanted to with Batman. He just kind of was expressionless and did what they told him to do. It's too bad because I really enjoyed his performance in that movie as Bruce Wayne and Batman, but I really love Tommy Lee Jones and Jim Carrey in this movie. Now, is Jim Carrey my favorite Riddler? I'm hoping I get a new favorite Riddler in The Batman. Honestly, I hope I do. But for its time, for what it was colorful, it was fun, it was exciting, and when I watched all 4 of these movies, because I had a 4-pack of the Batman movies, I was so excited when I got to Batman Forever, because I feel like it's the most fun they had telling a Batman story in the original 4 from the 80s and 90s. At number 5, guys, Batman 1989. Batman 1989 starred Michael Keaton, and it took Batman from being this television series that everybody was having fun with and nobody really took themselves seriously and had a bat phone to Batman is Michael Keaton. He's secretive and he was damn good. I'm looking forward to Michael Keaton returning as Batman many years later in the Flash movie later this year. But for now, for this movie, for Batman 1989, I don't think they could have cast a better Batman. I really enjoy Michael Keaton as Batman in this role. You also have Jack Nicholson braining it as the Joker, something no one ever thought would be topped. Of course it was, and we'll get to that later, but Jack Nicholson was fantastic as the Joker. Yeah, I just like this movie all around. I mean, it's a little dated now when you watch it. It feels dated, but it's a fun movie and one that I'll probably revisit with my son when it's time for him to watch it. At number 4, guys, Batman versus Superman. Okay, I said I was going solely Batman movies here. Had to make an exception to the rule because Batman versus Superman, I feel at least half of the movie is about Batman, and the best scenes in the movie include Batman. How could I not put it on this list? You've got that warehouse scene where Batman trashes villains. Probably the best fight scenes we've seen from a Batman were in this movie. Batman vs. Superman may not have the best overall arc, the best overall plot, best overall story. It doesn't. However, the fight scenes with Batman in this movie, either Batman versus Superman, it shows how smart Batman is, taking Superman out with the kryptonite and then just beating him. And then, of course, the warehouse scene where Batman goes crazy. I love every scene with Batman in this movie. I feel like you really get the intensity of a Batman that's just done playing by the rules, and it made it awesome. At number 3, guys, The Dark Knight Rises. I enjoy The Dark Knight Rises because I love when a hero ultimately has to pay the ultimate sacrifice, and that in this case is driving a bomb out to sea and blowing up with it. I choose to believe that Batman is dead at the end of this movie. What Christopher Nolan likes to do with his movies is sort of leave it up to the fans' interpretation. He did it with Inception, Memento, so many other of his movies. He does like this fan interpretation of what's going on with it. In this movie, he has Batman fly an atomic bomb out to sea and then it blows up. But in the next scene, you find out the autopilot was fixed. But you're like, no, I saw Batman fly off in that ship. And then you see Alfred at the cafe and he sees Batman with Catwoman. And at the time when I saw it, I didn't realize what Christopher Nolan was doing. It actually made me irritated. I was like, how's he going to be alive at the cafe? That's ridiculous. On repeat viewings, though, I realized what Christopher Nolan did was just masterful with this movie. He was like, listen, there's going to be fans that get upset with the fact that I killed Batman. So for those fans, basically he took Alfred and he embodied those fans through Alfred in this movie so that when Alfred gets to the cafe and sees Batman, it appeased those fans, but it also showed that, like, sometimes life is darker than we allow it to be. I love that about this movie. The Dark Knight Rises also has Bane. Come on, Tom Hardy's Bane is fantastic. You merely adopted the darkness. I love Bane. Bane is fantastic. I think that personally, had Bane roided up during the movie, gotten just maxed out and taken out Batman that way, it might be my second favorite Batman movie. But since he decided to keep it completely realistic with Bane, I was like, it's number 3. At number 2, guys, Batman Begins. This might be the best origin story that we've ever gotten from a superhero movie ever. Honestly, ever. And I think that's one of the reasons that The Batman, coming out this week, is taking place on year 2 or 3 of Batman being Batman, because I don't think they wanted any smoke with Batman Begins. I think they were like, you know what? We're good. We don't want to try to force another Batman origin story because that one was too good. And it was. You saw Batman as a child. He ends up falling in the wall and then, like, I've got tattooed on me, why do we fall? So we can learn to pick ourselves up. It's got a great message in it. On top of that, you've got him going to the League of Shadows, becoming a ninja warrior, and then from there, deciding, no, I want to make sure that I protect people, not enslave them, and so he becomes Batman. And oh my gosh, Gary Oldman shows up in this movie. Fantastic. You've got Liam Neeson as Ra's al Ghul. It's fantastic. There's not too much more I can say about this movie. Batman Begins is my number 2 movie because it is the best origin story of any superhero. At number 1, guys, should be absolutely no surprise, and that is The Dark Knight. Now, is the greatest thing about The Dark Knight the Joker? It is. It 100% is. But overall, it is a great telling of a Batman story. You got Batman dealing with the mob. At the same time, the mob hires the clown. The clown then incites so much panic and chaos and violence. The opening scene of the movie has Scarecrow returning for just a moment. And you're like, wow, Scarecrow's in this movie? He's not. He's not. The movie's about Joker versus Batman. And then you get Two-Face. Aaron Eckhart's Two-Face is perfect. Everything about this movie is perfect. Not only is The Dark Knight my favorite movie on this list, The Dark Knight is my favorite superhero movie of all time. I sure hope that this movie, The Batman, comes close to The Dark Knight, but I'm already going into it saying, you know what? I don't think it can be better than The Dark Knight because The Dark Knight was so damn good. And that's my ranking for all of the Batman movies that have come out to date. Again, tomorrow I get to see The Batman, so keep your eye out for that review. But before I end this video, I actually ordered the Little Caesars Batman pizza and it just arrived. So let's check out the Batman pizza and let's do a review on that while we're at it. Well, I'll be completely honest with you guys. Looks disgusting, but I'm gonna eat it. And that's the Batman pizza. I'm not gonna show you guys me eating it because that'd be weird. So, the Batman pizza. Thanks for watching the video.